Ooh, yeah. It's Auntie Mickey's house. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. You're in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat, grab a seat. Come on in and hit that light, hit that light. Oh, you're Aunt Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's house. Grab a seat, prop your feet. Let's sip some tea, sip that tea. Entertainment, news, and spirituality. From the culture to the fun, Auntie sets the tone. Sets the tone. With a laugh and a truth, she holds the throne. She holds the throne, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Come on in now. Auntie Mickey's house. Oh, Auntie's house. You're in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat, yeah, yeah. Come on in and hit that light. Don't forget now. Auntie Mickey's house. She can roast with a smile, drop wisdom too. Break down the headlines, bring it straight to you. Straight to you, baby. Community strong, conversation grown. Real talk, baby. Auntie Mickey's house. Make yourself at home, yeah. Come together, every voice is heard. Every voice. Respect the vibe, let's share the word. Oh, yeah. From the jokes to the prayers, she keeps it real. Keeps it real. Auntie Mickey's house, that's the deal. That's the deal, baby. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. Oh yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. Known in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat. Grab a seat. Come on in and hit the light. Hit the light, hit the light. You're at Auntie Mickey's. Yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's house. It's Auntie Mickey's house. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. You're in her house. You know you're in her house. Come on in and grab a seat. Grab a seat. Come on in and hit that light. Hit that light. Oh, you're at Auntie Mickey's. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Auntie's house. Auntie's house. Auntie's house. Grab a seat, drop your feet, let's sip some tea. Sip that tea. Entertainment, news, and spirituality. From the culture to the fun, Auntie sets the tone. With a laugh and a truth, she holds the throne. She holds the throne, yeah. Auntie's house. Oh, Auntie's house. You know you're in her house. Come on in and grab a seat, yeah. Come on in and hit that light. Don't forget Auntie Mickey's. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's house. Oh yeah, yeah. She can roast with a smile, drop wisdom too. Break down the headlines, bring it straight to you. Straight to you, baby. Community strong, conversation grown. Don't talk, baby. Auntie Mickey's house. Make yourself at home, yeah. Come together, every voice is heard. Every voice. Respect the vibe, let's share the word, oh yeah. From the jokes to the prayers, she keeps it real. Keeps it real. That's the deal. That's the deal, baby. Yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. Oh yeah. see, come on in and hit that light, oh, you're right, Auntie Mickey's, yeah, Auntie Mickey's house, Auntie Mickey's house, Auntie Mickey's house, oh.
Ooh. Happy day, happy day. What is today? Wednesday? Yeah, today's Wednesday. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? Hello, my kinfolk. How are you doing this evening? I'm sorry I'm on so late. But I had, oh, God, it's been a long, long day. I did a whole day of contract negotiations, and man, I am beat. But I wasn't going to let this day go by without jumping on this live and talk about, of course, what you see in the title. Oh my God, this is awful. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, not one bit. Not one flipping bit. But it is what it is. I mean, this is the country we live in, and man. Oh my goodness. Let me say hello to everybody first. Hello, Kendra. How are you? Hey, Mr. Phillips. Adventurous you. How are you, sweetie? Catherine Powell's in the house. Hello, sweetheart. M2CEO. How are you? Hello, Serene. How goes the battle, sweetheart? So good to see y'all. So good to see y'all. Trying to get back in the swing of things. This is kind of hard, but I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna make it back to where I used to be, mentally at least. Hello, Satin. How are you, sweetie? Oh goodness! Oh, this music is way too loud. Let me turn this down. Jeepers. Okay. Okay, I didn't mean that low. Okay, that's a little better. That's a little better. So, wait. Still battling along. Yes, ma'am. I hear you. So today, I'm gonna get back on the case of Nolan Wells, and I'm sorry. I'm still kind of shook. Oh my God, I'm so pissed. Hey, Miss Purple. Hello, Tracy Shorter. How are you? I am so pissed about this case that I could spit bullets. I swear I could spit bullets because Mississippi has not changed one iota. Not one iota. They playing games in everybody's faces and they don't care who knows it. They don't care who knows it. So apparently, as you guys probably already know, the autopsy results came in from the independent autopsy that the family had ordered in D.C. And, oh boy, it left more questions than answers, to be truthful about it. But it don't take a rocket scientist to know what happened. It really doesn't. It really, really doesn't. Let me get my notes together. I'm so pissed off. I'm shaking. I really am. So apparently Mississippi is covering up significantly in this case. So after watching this news conference this morning revealing the independent autopsy initiated by the family, I was so mad I could hardly catch my breath. I really couldn't. I mean, I was that pissed out. Foul play cannot be ruled out. That is what the autopsy results basically proved. Foul play cannot be ruled out, and you'll see why. Okay. First of all, it says the cause of death is undetermined. The date of death is even undetermined. There's no broken or fractured bones. Now, there is a bruise in the back of the head, but this is the kicker. The neck was missing. The neck and throat missing when it was transported to the independent autopsy. I'm getting my autopsies mixed up. So this is Mississippi's autopsy that's messed up. This is what we're talking about today. So what the independent people responded to is based on, some of the mistakes or whatever you might want to call it that Mississippi did. I'm getting it all twisted. Okay. The neck and throat are still in Mississippi. They did not send it with the rest of the body. Can we say cover up? Can we put cover up in the chat, please? If you can. If you can't, just see you. I don't know what you mean. See you. Cover up. Hello, D Royal. They went out of their, them folks in Mississippi went out of their way. They went out of their way to make it basically impossible for the other medical examiner to come to a decision as to what was the cause of death. Yeah. I mean, how do you not include all the organs? How do you neglect to do that? They had that boy's funeral. His stuff should have been in his body when they laid him to rest. But no, they got to play the cover-up game. So, I was gonna play I was gonna play it with Crump presenting the findings. I'll be very honest with you. Crump was not the best individual to present this information, and it really got on my nerves. I mean, I like him as an attorney, but I just couldn't get with how he was explaining stuff. So I'm gonna play another content creator's explanation. This is a little bit more feasible that y'all can understand. He's just as passionate about this as we are. His name is Trent Out Loud. I'm sure you've probably heard of him. And he's been doing lives on this every day. He's literally just all in. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and share the video he made today, and I'll be jumping in and out for commentary purposes. So hold on just a second. I love Trent Out Loud. He's so energetic. Yeah. Okay, and in the meantime, let me turn this music all the way down. At least halfway all the way down. How's that? Oh, goodness gracious.
If somebody drowned in the water, you don't have to hold back their throat when you're doing an autopsy. Why did you have to keep Nolan Wells' neck? I thought according to y'all, he drowned. If he drowned, if there was no foul play, why are you keeping his throat? Oh, and I also have a second question. What's the redness behind his head? When you drowned, you don't have red discoloration behind your neck.
And you know what else you don't have in your body if you drowned? Water in your lungs. Boom. Now you see why they're withholding information. This is crazy as hell. Serene said, to take one's throat chakra is also a spiritual ritual in some part. Wow. I've never heard of that. Wow. Good grief. Yes, I agree with you, adventurers. That's what would have determined what would have happened. They don't want us to know how he passed. Because they're protecting them white boys. They're protecting them white boys. And oh, incidentally, the white boy that had his phone, he came out of hiding today. And he did an interview with, what is this fool's name? I don't like this man. Officer Tatum. I call him Officer Coon. I'm sorry. Yeah, he did an interview with him today, which I'll show some of that as well. But yeah, let me start this back up. I'm getting pissed off again. Let me calm down.
Around the skull area, we are going to break down the preliminary autopsy report that was provided to us today from Benjamin Crump from the NAACP headquarters. I'm going to give you everything that you need to know, but the highlights are the Mississippi Coroner's Office, the Mississippi Elite, the Mississippi officials still have Nolan's throat. Also, like I told you guys yesterday, Officer Tatum, or how I like to call him, Officer Dingbat, interviewed Warren. Who is Warren? Warren is one of the 3 white boys on the boat that I feel should be arrested immediately and not be doing interviews with Officer Dingbat. Nevertheless, Officer Dingbat has released that interview. I have not watched it in its entirety because I refuse to, but I will play you guys and reveal some of the highlights. And like I have been doing for the past couple of days, even when I tell you about the disparaging news, I try to bring you guys something positive. And in today's positive news is Nolan's mama, Christine, has filed to open an estate for Nolan. You know why? Because she's about to sue for damages get a bag. It's not going to replace Nolan, but at least it will hold those accountable.
Absolutely. And it's really a shame that these people are attacking this couple that just lost their son, and they're sending hate mail to their house. Those are some sick individuals, sick as hell. But I'm going to let him rock. I'm going to let him rock because he can control himself a lot better than I can control myself. I get tongue-tied and pissed off, and I don't want to do that right now and embarrass myself. So here we go.
And like I always say, whatever Mama Nolan wants to do, I am here to back her. There has been a ton of developments over the past 24 hours. Sit back, relax. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know. Then I'll hand it off to you, the out louder. So let me know what you think about Mississippi holding Nolan's throat. The comment section below. Today's press conference started off a little bit late. I mean, they were at the end of WACP, so of course they had to start on colored people time. Now, having said that, at around 9:15, 9:20, they got on stage and somebody said, "Please take your seats. We're about to begin." And they started off before introducing the president of the NAACP. He said that this is a demand for honesty. He went on to present the president, President Johnson. President Johnson said in his opening remarks that too many young Black men are passing, and not just in Mississippi, but around the country.
That's right.
He says that everybody matters. And he says that also the narrative matters. I've been highlighting that for you guys repeatedly. And people like TMZ, people like Officer Dingbat are out here actively trying to change the narrative.
That's the part that makes me the most disgusted. People that you think would be standing on business is out here trying to change the narrative. Especially Black folks is out here trying to do that. Sit your coon ass down somewhere. Ain't nobody trying to hear it. Good grief. Serene said Creator has his hands all over his mama and papa. That's right. So strong. I've never seen anything like it. It's so beautiful. Love to witness. Yes. Yes. You know what? Satan think he won. He's stupid. He's stupid in this case.
To no foul play. Oh, we don't suspect anything. Oh yeah, he just drowned. Like we already know, before we even get into the autopsy, you do not have to keep somebody's throat if somebody just drowned. All right, we know that already. Okay, but let me not get ahead of myself. So he said, narratives matter. Then he said there should be an investigation before people are make the assumption of having no foul play. That was repeated a ton today in the press conference. And like we said from the beginning, that has been the downfalls of the officials in Mississippi, starting all of this off, presuming that there's no foul play. So for the people who are like, oh man, race, this, whatever, blah, blah, they started it. Yeah, they found Nolan and they automatically just assumed that nothing happened. And it was
they didn't think anybody was going to question them. That's what they thought. This is how arrogant they are. They didn't think that people were going to stand up and question them. And mainstream media is just as foul. If you notice, they wasn't reporting on this for like 4 or 5 days after it happened. It wasn't until social media got it out there. Content creators pushed the story to the point where legacy media couldn't ignore it. Not one bit. But they all try to control the narrative.
It's because of us and because of that statement why there's investigation. So for those of you out there who are wondering why there is so much, just remember those officials started it. Okay, let's move on to what Benjamin Crump had to say. Benjamin Crump, who was already on stage, walked up to the mic and said he would like to thank the NAACP, and he thanks some other people. He says that this is a furious search for the truth. This is why we are here today, and this is why we are presenting the preliminary findings of their autopsy. Very, very important to note, these are the preliminary results, but I will get to this. Before he spoke about the preliminary results, he said, I would like to introduce Christine and Elmore, Nolan's parents, to say a few words, which I love, by the way. I love that they did this in the funeral. I love that they do this all the time. And the reason why I like it is because we all know we want to hear the details and the keys and the phone and all that, but I like when they normalize Nolan.
Right. Doodlebird said, I'm going to have to go back and see what the autopsy report says, or was it read? Yes, it was. However, here's the thing, Doodlebird. I was going to bring that press conference up to play it for you guys, but Ben Crump read the autopsy report, and no shade on Ben Crump, but I got irritated. He wasn't the best person to deliver this information. That's the farthest I'm going to go with that. He wasn't the best one to deliver the information. So that's why I'm playing this gentleman here, who's able to at least explain it. Okay. Shout out to Ben Crump. He's playing chess, not checkers. I tell you the truth. He's a bad mamma jamma. Sometimes I can't listen to him talk. That's all.
I like when we hear stories. Just like at the funeral, we found out that he wanted to have 3 daughters. We found out that he already has the name. He had the name for his 3 daughters. I think those things matter, and it normalizes and it humanizes Nolan. So Christine, who's always first to speak, she got up and she said, losing a child will break your heart.
Yes, Lady Latifah.
You can never measure the pain. She also said that Nolan was a genuine soul. He was just genuinely a nice kid. He said,
what happened?
Right. We do know that, there's a lot of publicists involved, lawyers and everything like that, and they have everybody to, deliver their message. And she sticks to her message in the face of her hurt and her pain and agony. That's why I give her so much credit, because I don't know if I would be able to go up on these interviews and on these stages and these funerals and stay on message. I don't know. I feel like I would have so much anger and so much just like passion and desire for the truth to come out that I feel like I would go off, but she just stays on message. So like
Lady Letitia, you're free to come up if you like. I put the link in the chat for you, sweetie.
Always done. Credit to Christine, and this is why I do this, and I'm always here to support her, and I don't question her because she's better than me. That's probably why Elmore has her speak first, because he probably is going to go off like me. Anyways, she also said, we have been harassed in the media. We have been called racist, etc., etc. She said things are very, very hard for her. And she said, it's our hope that the authorities will do the right thing. Again, staying on a message, where I and some of you are like, they're already not doing the right thing. There should already been arrests. I've done the videos where I've told you, we played judge, can't remember what his name, Carlos Moore, that said people should be arrested. And Nolan's parents are still saying, we just want you to do the right thing. Again, credit to them. She said one main thing that she would want to point out today is, why are they releasing their independent autopsy results before Mississippi is releasing their official autopsy result? Something to think about, but we'll get into that. Elmer came up, Nolan's dad, and he said, listen, Nolan was a great kid. He was very witty. He was a clown sometimes, always liked to have fun. He always wanted to be the best. He was very, very hardworking. He said it's very sad that he'll never see him again. One thing that I also really love about Nolan's dad is that, he's not afraid to be emotional. And I respect any man that never wants to hide his emotions. He did the same thing at his funeral. And actually, I get more emotional and my eyes get more watery when I hear his dad speak. And I feel like, not that one parent feels differently, but I feel like Elmer is probably, I think, having a harder time because he says things like, I'm never going to see him again. And things like, he said that he should be at football practice right now. Remember, this was Nolan's last week before he started football training camp. This was his last party weekend. And he's like, yo, my son should be at football practice today. I shouldn't be here on stage and giving you the results of his autopsy. He said that Nolan never had any enemies, and even if he did, they wouldn't last long because he would find some way to have them no longer be his enemy. He said that today would be a day where Nolan would be texting him videos. Because he'd be at football camp and texting him videos saying, Dad, look at this route that I'm running. Dad, look at this play. And what do you think? Again, tearjerker. Like, he's still having a hard time accepting that his son is not here. Again,
Mr. Phillips, that's not true, sweetheart. That's his biological son. They've got 6 kids together, and they all look like daddy, starting from Nolan. See, a lot of information out there is floating around that's not true. But that's not his stepdad. That's his biological father.
Not saying that Christine is or isn't, but I feel like she's more staying on message and he's being emotional, which I really love. Something he said about the text messages and videos, again, I thought very insightful of the family, which are things that I love. I think you guys might too. He said, I was always very honest with Nolan. And he said that is what family and people who love you are supposed to do. He said, outside people, they're going to lie to you. They're going to tell you things. But when Nolan would send him a video, he would say, no, that route is not good. You need to run faster. You need to do more cuts. You need to do this. He said, he's hard on Nolan, and he's not afraid to be hard on Nolan because that is what family is for. It just shows me what a great dad Elmore was. So just really, really love that. Again, I love the humanizing and not just going straight to the autopsy. He said that a lot of the things that they are being told about Nolan on that day from his friends and the officials in Mississippi, he said, they're not the Nolan that I know. And this is a father who was very close to his son. He just told you he would be texting him throughout the day things about his football practice. not every single father and son are like that. There's some fathers who are not even there and absent, and the son has to talk to his friends. No, Nolan is talking to his dad. So his dad knows his son. So when Mississippi comes back and says, oh, we think this and we think this, or when we said something about the key with the phone, he's like, no. I know my son. I know the type of kid he is. I'm not going to settle for you telling me how he was and he was on this island. Oh, he's going to stay and talk to Katie. Oh, no, he's going to tell the boys to go back or not. No, you're not going to tell him nothing about his son. And I love that. And I love that he's making that apparent.
That's one thing about parents. We know kids are going to do some crazy things, you know, because we were young once too. Uh-oh, what happened here? I hope this StreamYard ain't tripped. Lord have mercy. What is going on? You guys, hold on just a second.
All right. So after Christine and...
Okay, something's wrong with this StreamYard now. Let me see if I can go back out and come back in. Yeah, Ringo is not the greatest. I'm not a fan of him anymore either. I don't know what his problem is. Hold on a second. What's going on with StreamYard? Hello, Lady Letitia.
Hi, what's going on with your StreamYard?
I don't know. I exited out. Let me see if I can pull it back up. Let me see if I can pull it back up. This is aggravating. Okay. Add him back to the state. Okay, there we go. Oh, Lord. I don't like struggle streaming. Okay.
Elmore got off this. Well, sorry, they moved to the back. Lisa Park got up, and Lisa Park is a lawyer on Benjamin Crump's team. It was her job today to tell us about Roger Mitchell, and Roger Mitchell was the doctor who conducted the autopsy. And not to my surprise, because I know Benjamin Crump ain't going to play around, Roger Mitchell is board certified, 2 decades, over 20 years in practice. He sits on multiple boards. He sits on the board at Howard University. He is a Black man. He has conducted thousands of autopsy. And
you know what? That's what I love to hear. That's what I love to hear. Don't discount the brothers. Okay, they got their shit together. How are you doing, lovely? I'm sorry I didn't get to speak to you properly when you came in. I was tripping with StreamYard. You doing okay?
Yes, I'm doing great. I've been listening to you in the background about the autopsy and stuff. So it's really interesting.
It really is. And I was telling everybody else, I don't know if you heard, but at the press conference, Ben Crump read the results, and he had a big board and was showing the diagrams and stuff like that. And he's just not the one for that. You know what I'm saying? He's a good attorney, but he's not the one that should have presented that to the public. I think.
Yeah, he probably confused everybody too.
Well, that, and I don't know. It's just something about the way he speaks that kind of irritates me in terms of explanations of things that are, technical and stuff like that. So, but again, he did okay. Don't get me wrong. We understood that Mississippi is full of shit. That we do know.
Right. Exactly.
He made that clear. But yeah, they could have someone else could have done that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. He doesn't have to do every speech or every situation, especially if that's not his strengths.
Absolutely.
I thought it was very interesting that they left part of his body in Mississippi.
Yeah. They
That's not
didn't put
that's
his
not when you do a full autopsy on something.
exactly. Well, you know what? They took the parts that would give the other medical examiner the ability to say what the cause of death was. See, this cause
Well,
of death from the independent, because this is the autopsy from the independent um, medical examiner. They didn't receive all of Nolan, so
they
they
did,
only had a little bit to work with. Well, they didn't have everything to work with, and that was by design on Mississippi's part.
and that's my thing,
And
Auntie
they kept
Mickey.
part of his body. They didn't want it to be discovered how he died.
Right. That's very important to see if he had water in his throat and his lungs and,
Absolutely.
his airways. And here's the
Absolutely.
thing. Why would the examiner accept the body without the entire body? I would
Well, I
have,
mean,
yeah.
he he would have to work with what he was given.
Oh,
I don't fault the independent one. I don't fault that because the sooner you get it done, the better. The body is decomposing and things like that, and as time
that's,
progresses, evidence could possibly go away. You see what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Mhm.
So he did the best he could with what he got.
That
And
is
I
true.
just think it's a damn shame that Mississippi is playing games. And we all see it. They playing it right there in our faces. They're just playing it in our faces. And they haven't even come out with their own yet because they haven't received the toxicology report yet. So you could still do the main thing, and I mean it's already been said, and it can be, if it's not true, it could be debunked later when the toxicology reports do come out, but it was said that they were drinking that day. Okay. So, I mean, if you're waiting on a toxicology report to find out what killed him, well, it's already believed that they were drinking, and that could be a contributing factor as well. But there's circumstances separate from anything that the toxicology report could tell them that shows that there was possible foul play. And that's why this particular medical examiner says he can't rule out foul play, because what they kept behind, he needs that information to determine, why is there a big red uh, mark or whatever that is in the back of the head. You see what I'm saying? There's something on the back of the head, a big red, I don't know if it's an indentation or what, but the body had suffered some quite a bit of decomposition. So it's just it's sickening. It made me sick. Just I was so mad watching this. I was so mad because I seen the play. They just playing
Wow.
in everybody's faces. We know that Mississippi is trying to protect those three white boys, and they're trying to change the narrative along with a few other people that are out there trying to change the narrative. Okay. And it's ironic that friend that had the cell phone, he comes out of hiding today and does an interview with Officer Tatum. What was that? Was that you?
I'm having
Oh,
difficulties over here, Auntie Mickey.
oh, okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna start this back up. You go ahead, handle that, baby. Wait, where's my cursor at? You know what? This enough is enough, devil. You a lie. There we go.
He is renowned nationwide. No, they didn't just hire some little dinky doctor to do the autopsy report. Okay, this man is world renowned. Okay, one of the best. Okay, now let's get back now to Benjamin Crump, who is going to tell us about the autopsy. Now, Benjamin Crump, before the autopsy, he thanked the media, and he did something that at first I was like, where is he going with this? He said, I woke up this morning and I heard news of where LeBron James has decided that he wants to go and play. We're not even going to tell you about that right now because it's not important.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's he saying? And he's like, when I heard the news that we were going to get LeBron news today, he said, you know what? I know LeBron and I know the people on the Miami team. And he started listing the players on Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I know those players and I know the NBA players would want the news of what happened to Nolan Wells to be bigger and be covering the media more than where LeBron James is going. And everybody got up and clapped. And I didn't know the direction at first, but I really, really like that. Just, highlighting the fact of like, this is somebody who's no longer here with us right now. There's a lot of speculation, a lot of things going on. And what should we be more focused on? Where LeBron James is going to play? Or should we focus on what is happening to 18-year-old Nolan Wells and his autopsy? So
I agree. That's the other thing that kind of irritated me. I'm like, what is he talking about? LeBron and basketball and who's going to be playing on what team? Like this, what does this have to do with anything? Now, he did kind of straighten it up and said, this is more important than where LeBron and anybody else is going to play basketball. So he brought it back around. But for a minute, I was sitting there saying, look, brother, this is not the time or place. I don't give two shits about where LeBron is going to play or if he play for that matter. I mean, come on now. But yeah, it was just a trip. It was a trip. And I think that, Crump could have had somebody else do it. But Satin said the red on the back of his head and neck to me means fight on that boat. He fell, hit his head, and they threw him overboard. OMG. And you know what? That's a feasible scenario. Or somebody could have hit him in the back of the head. You know what I'm saying? And panicked and threw him overboard. I mean, that's possible too. Hit him on the back of the head in a fight or whatever. Who knows? It could have been intentional and might have been unintentional, but the fact still remains is they tried to cover it up and they delayed any kind of assistance he could have gotten to be saved. His life could have been possibly saved. And they're liable for that. I don't care what his stepmama does to protect him. I don't care what the other attorney does. Bottom line is that there's just too many weird things that went on with this situation that shows that they wanted him to stay dead. Point blank, period. Exactly, Adventures. Another boat could have hit him. Another boat could have hit him if he was knocked into the water. But see, you need the lungs. You need certain things to decipher whether or not he drowned. If there was water in the lungs, then that means that he was alive when he went in that water. But if there's no water in those lungs, he was dead before he hit that water. And that's what they don't want people to find out. Something tells me that he was dead before he was in the water. It's sickening. And if there was three black dudes and a white boy, they'd still be sitting in jail. When I saw him in the esky, I thought he may have been grabbing a drink for his girl on her boat. And they did not receive that as that, just a thought. You know what? That's something else. I'll talk about that in a minute after he gets through talking. But you're talking about that last picture of him bent over picking something up while he's standing on a boat. Is that the one you're talking about, Serene? I think that's it. It was a video. Allegedly the last recording of him alive. What I observed was the white man that was sitting on the boat that he was standing on. Who is he, and what how does he play into all this? Because, under maritime law, the operator of a recreational vessel owes duty of care to every passenger that left that dock when they came over to that island. Whoever was navigating that boat, they're accountable for everybody that got on that boat. They're supposed to make sure that the same people that got on their boat go back on their boat. So this is just this whole thing is crazy. There's some grown folks that need to go down for this too. Where's my cursor again? This StreamYard is really getting on my last nerve. Now I can't hit the button. Hold on a sec.
I love that he highlighted that, and I agree. We do know how much of an activist LeBron James is, whether you like him or not. He's an activist, and that he would want this to be front and center in the media ahead of where he is going to play. So I really like that Benjamin Crump highlighted that. He took time again to say that he wants this to stay in the media. This is a strategy. There's a reason why he's giving out the preliminary reports. There's a reason why he is spreading things out. He is continuously asking for asking for answers. He's continuously asking for this to stay in the media, continuously asking for pictures and videos. He says somebody out there knows something, and he refuses to rest until every stone is turned over. He gave a shout out to the Cajun Navy, which is the part of the rescue team. He says that somebody on the Cajun Navy said that when they saw, we played this yesterday, but when they saw Nolan, that he was fully clothed. He said that was very important because the last pictures that they saw of Nolan, we all saw of Nolan, he didn't have a shirt on. So when did he put that shirt on? He said these are the reasons why every stone needs to be turned, everything needs to be looked at, and every single piece of evidence is important.
Now, let me add something about that, because I saw today, I don't know if it was the guy that they had been interviewing with the Cajun Navy, but a letter or an email was written to whomever made that statement saying, I never said that he had all his clothes on. Don't put words in our mouth, or something along those lines. So once again, we've got 1 minute somebody saying something, the next minute they're denying it, and it's like, make up y'all's mind. What's it gonna be? Did he have clothes on, or did he not have clothes on? There's just too many different stories floating around out there, and it's causing confusion, and that's by design. There's so much confusion out there with this case that it's gonna be hard to pinpoint anybody in particular for being responsible for this, what I believe to be an unaliving. Okay?
Yeah, I do too.
I really believe he was unalived. But
it's too suspicious. Everything is suspicious.
Everything is just weird. Everything
it's weird. It's not adding up. This story is not storying.
No, it's not. But you know what? Nolan's mom is no stupid person. She's no fool. And I'm going to cover that after this, okay? Hold on just a second.
He said somebody out there knows something. Then he asked Christine and Elmore to get off the stage. He said, I'm about to talk about the autopsy, and it could be very emotional. So they got off the stage. He cleared everybody off the stage, actually. Before he talked about the autopsy, he again thanked Colin Kaepernick for paying for it. And then he went into the findings. He said that they got the body, Nolan's body, July the 10th. They got this preliminary report from Roger Mitchell, July the 19th, 2026. So he got this on Sunday, okay? The results of the autopsy is undetermined until further investigation. I will let you guys know why. The date of Nolan's passing is also undetermined.
Yeah.
We still don't know. Was it July the 4th, 7, 8, 9, 10? We don't know. Was it the 5th? Was it the 6th? We don't know. Undetermined. He said, and this is when I say he said, this is Roger Mitchell, okay? The doctor who conducted the autopsy. He said the body was pretty badly decomposed, meaning it's hard to determine bruising.
Exactly.
Very, very important. Don't forget, they found the body on the 6th, so those 4 days has passed.
Wow.
And not only that, the heat in Mississippi, the warm water would accelerate decomposition. Did I say that right? Decomposition.
Uh-huh.
The warm water would have accelerated the decomposition process.
Oh.
And see, again, I think that this is all by design. They did this because they didn't want
Purpose.
they wanted all the evidence to be compromised so badly that they wouldn't be able to identify just exactly who or how somebody did anything. It looks bad, but it's not about what it looks like. It's what you can prove in a court of law. This guy's stepmother's a judge. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I believe she went in there and created a scenario. Said, yep, boys, this is going to look bad, but it'll keep you out of prison.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. She helped them big time.
That's what I'm saying. All that with the almost tampering with evidence.
That's against the law in itself. The
It
fact
is.
that boy had that young man's phone and didn't tell the parents at the moment that he had an opportunity that he had the phone. She had to find it on her own, only to find it at his house. And that's tampering with evidence. That's punishable by 20 years.
Cleaning out the boat, messing with the boat.
Nobody has been arrested at all on this
That's
crime.
the crazy part about it.
That part
That's
right there.
crazy. No one's been arrested, and we have someone that is deceased.
Yep.
And they are trying to say that they cannot determine what the cause of death was.
Well, they can determine it. They don't want the independent autopsy medical examiner to be able to determine it. That's why they withheld specific parts of the body that would tell him what was the cause of death.
How in the hell are you going to withhold stuff that we need to do a thorough investigation on this?
Well, remember,
That's
they
why
came
there's
out the same day saying he drowned. Oh, well, we have no reason to believe that there was anything nefarious that went on.
They had did a thorough investigation.
Ain't investigated jack. And here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are. That damn sheriff came out. The very first opportunity he got in front of cameras, he says, I found no reason to believe there was foul play.
They should remove him. They should remove him because he's being biased.
Well, not just him.
Find out if there was
this is
foul play.
Lady Letitia. This is a system in Mississippi. There's the medical examiner.
System.
The medical examiner in Nolan's case. Her name is Dr. Tracy Turner. She's been accused numerous times of mislabeling causes of death in high-profile cases of Black people in Mississippi. Her record is real shady. Especially,
her.
Okay. Her record is real shady, especially when it involves cases where, when police are involved. Right. And they're obvious homicides. And she declares them as accidents or suicides, eliminating any blame or loss of life on the activities or on the actions or misdeeds of law enforcement.
This is so frustrating.
Or if there's a case where the deceased is Black and the perpetrator is white, she always finds favor to the perpetrator side.
That's my thing right there. Now we're dealing with, like you said, old racism stuff.
It's a system. It's a system.
The whole system decrepit BS that's going on. And then now you have a young man that needs a real autopsy, real investigations, and you're dealing with an old
Yep.
racist system.
Oh, racist mindset. Thank you, Tracy Shorter. I meant to say Stacy, and I said Tracy. My bad. But yeah, she's notorious for that kind of behavior in her capacity. So it's a system up there. It's the good old boy network. You remember the good old boy network they always referred to?
Yeah,
You
they help
scratch
each
my back.
other.
Yeah, they help each other. But you mark my word, I think that judge screwed up when she
I hope
inserted
they all
herself.
screwed up
Because
because
if she starts going down, them other folks ain't gonna try to go down with her. I believe that they're gonna leave her hanging on her own. Say, look, we tried to help, but you gonna have to take this one on your own.
so with an independent investigation, because that's what Ben Crump sounds like they're doing, an individual investigation. Are they able to talk to these boys that
Well, when I get into the next segment of
Mhm.
this live stream, it'll explain how they're going to end up talking.
And what's going to happen? Okay.
Yeah, that'll end up. There's something that's going to happen. If it goes down the way it should go down, they ain't going to have no choice. Let me continue. Hold on just a second.
Okay. Now let's get into the findings. I'm going to post
Happy
the
life.
report up here for you guys to see. It's lengthy and has a lot of medical terms. Feel free to pause this and read it if you want to, but I'm going to give you the highlights. Before I do that, I'm just going to post it up here for you guys. All right, you'll see here, this is the first page. This is the second page. And here is the final page. I'll read a couple of the questions at the bottom, but I'm going to tell you the highlights. So actually, let me go back. I'm going to put this this image up here because we're going to talk about the back of the head. Okay, you'll see here the image beside me. You see this redness at the back of his head, looks like at the bottom, above his neck, like at the bottom of his skull. He said there was red discoloration. Why? He doesn't know.
Exactly.
Okay. Then he goes on to the neck area. Let's go to that picture. This is the part that people are going to talk about the most. And I want to make it very, very clear because I don't want to be misleading. The throat and neck area is not missing. It's still with the first doctor who did the autopsy. We haven't been told, but we think we know that it's Stacy Turner. We've talked about her before. But the neck and throat area is still in Mississippi with the people who are doing the autopsy. But because Roger Mitchell doesn't have the throat is one of the big reasons because Mississippi still has his throat. Very important to note, Roger, and this is why I like him, he's fair. Roger said he would also too keep the throat or neck area if he had to do additional testing. So to be fair, Mississippi is keeping it for additional testing, which is a good sign, but also a bad sign for them, for the officials in the beginning who said, oh,
Thanks, Happy.
So we see no evidence of foul play, because that leads us to say, wait for the autopsy, because now that you guys are conducting and doing further investigation in the throat, we know that there could be foul play.
Okay, you know what? There's something wrong here. Is it skipping on y'all?
A little bit.
Is the video skipping on you guys? This is getting really annoying. I don't know if it's StreamYard or if it's just hot in here. I don't know what it is. But
can you hear me?
Happy Life, thank you for the 30 gems, sweetheart. I appreciate you. I'm sorry, what was you saying, lady?
Oh, yeah, it's doing it a little bit. It does that to me on mine when I, how you go from one screen to the next. Like if I'm not on the actual screen, like the actual video that's playing, like sometimes it'll go slow for me. So sometimes I have to watch the video so it can stop. Yeah. doing
It's weird. I've never had that happen before.
oh,
But we're going to get through this. Let me get through this. Matter of fact, let me see.
And this is Roger's finding is because the throat is not there and because we have this head injury, he cannot rule out foul play, which completely contradicts what the police and the officials told us in Mississippi. So right away there, you know that Roger is fair. He too would keep the throat. And now we know why it's not there. Okay, we'll get back to the final point of the autopsy. Just want to highlight a couple of other things. Roger wanted to highlight that he did not get the fresh body like the Mississippi examiner. He said because the throat was not there and because he's still awaiting for it, he cannot determine how or if water into the lungs. You could add the full report. Like I said, because the throat is not there, he cannot rule. There's a lot of things he cannot rule on.
right.
See, that's
He
messed
also
up.
highlighted in his report that in a case where somebody passes as a result of drowning, there's a couple of things that we need to know. And a couple of things are, was the person conscious or unconscious before they went into water? Another thing is, were they forced into the water or do they just fall into the water themselves? These are things that he needs to know to determine the official autopsy report. That is why his report is undetermined. And the investigators in Mississippi should have answers to those questions because they're getting all the footage, they're doing all the investigation, and they're doing all the interviews. So they should have more answers on this. Was he conscious or was he unconscious? And was he forced or did he go into the water himself? Also, I'm going to read to you here the other questions that he had. The following questions are still circumstances that led to Nolan Xavier Wells entering the water, which is what I said to you already. What was the body position when found? Was there water in the airway? That's what I said. Hey, where's the throat? We need to know if there's water in there.
Exactly.
Is there any evidence of injury to the neck structure? What was the composition of the stomach contents? And what are the toxicology report findings? The thing about the stomach is that the organs are always removed during an autopsy and they were put back in a bag, which you might hear and people gasped in the audience, like, what organs? The organs were with the body.
Right. Chick with a crown. Why was there neck trauma from what? How? Was he choked, hung? That's the problem. Mississippi kept the neck and throat when they sent the body off to DC for the second autopsy. So the second medical examiner can't even come to any conclusions because they held certain parts of the body and didn't send them to DC. I mean, they're clearly trying to cover this shit up.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Serene. The adults need to be drug tested too. Well, it's too late for that now. Time has passed, but still, they need to be interviewing a whole lot of people that was on that boat.
Everybody on that island and boat.
On that island, yep. And now that
everybody that seen him that night and knew of him needs to be investigated. And there's $100,000 reward out there right now.
Hold on, let me say this to Madam Priest. You don't know shit about Mississippi. You don't know what the hell I know. Now, who knows what? And with that said, you can take a back seat. You can still stay. But don't tell me what I don't know. Son, ma'am, whatever. Shit. Come in here disrespecting me. Shit. I will send you packing. Back to Sippy.
Is what happens when there's a second autopsy. There's a first autopsy that's done. The second one, of course, the organs are not as how it was when the body was found, but it's there put into the stomach in a bag. Okay, so those are
let
the
me
questions.
Cook for a minute. Let me tell you something, you little misguided mutt.
Misguided mud.
You really have no idea what you're talking about or who the hell you talking to. And I know you probably came over here just so you can start picking with people, because you probably ride with those people that did that to that young man. So without further ado, let me kick your stank ass up out of here before I call your mama and report you for your daily ass whooping. Okay.
Now, the Benjamin Crump put all the boards away.
I know who your
and
mammy
he
is.
began a chant, and he said he wants justice for Nolan Xavier Wells. He put up his fist and said, justice for Nolan Wells. Asked everybody to come up on stage, and this was his closing remarks before he took some questions. He started off by saying he wants justice. They are here for seeking the truth. He said that there are so many incidents that have happened over the past years, Emmett Till, et cetera, but he wants to take a second to also highlight 2 incidences that have happened in the past few weeks that people are not talking about with 18-year-old Black boys. He wanted to highlight Daniel Irving's that says that he accidentally drowned, if I'm not mistaken, in April, but the friends that he was with, the white friends that he was with, they took his phone, they deleted text messages, his clothes, and threw it away. And the cops have charged them with tampering with evidence, which we have talked about even in the Nolan Wells case, because the 3 white boys tampered with his phone. They should be arrested just for that, but I digress. So he said that there should be further investigation, and it could not just be an accidental drowning. And he also highlighted the fact that Tyler Smith, who was another Black 18-year-old boy that was at a party, if I'm not mistaken, a few weeks ago. He was the only Black boy at this party. There was a GUN involved in the party. He was unalived. They were playing a game that starts with Russian, which I won't say the last word. You guys know what that game. They said they were playing that game, and that is how Tyler Smith accidentally unalived himself.
The name of the game, for those who don't know, is called Russian roulette.
Oh, they were playing
how it's
that.
played is they sit around a table
and
they take turns. Yeah, I'm not gonna go off into detail, but just you take a chance by pulling the, can't say it on YouTube because they threaten. Well, that's what they told the police. We don't know if that's what actually happened, but that's what 10 people were in the house, and he was the only Black guy in the house, and he's the one that ends up unalived by a pow. And so when they came and asked, who was there, what happened, that's the story that they gave the police, and the police took their word for it. They didn't test anybody's hands or even his hands for gunpowder.
It's just weird, the incompetence. And I don't know if it's incompetent or they're doing this on purpose.
Well, it is on purpose. They discount Black life like it doesn't mean anything and protect those other people, those palm colored people. Yeah.
We'll say this happened, Russian roulette, and get this and and see where we can take it. Okay, case closed. No.
I hear you, Serene. I hear you, babe. Hold on.
Now, the important thing to that is the police just took the word for it. All the white boys at the party are like, oh, it was accidental? Okay. And there has been no further investigation, and they have not checked for any residue on any of their hands. So there's no testing, no investigation. So everybody stood up and cheered and applauded and said, this is not just happening from Emmett Till or just happening with Nolan Wells. This is happening even present day. These 3 Black boys. And of course, he talked about, everybody in the past couple of years. Okay. George Floyd, Tamika Mallory, everything. Not Tamika Mallory, George Floyd and Trayvon Martin, et cetera, et cetera.
Trey Reed.
Then he moved on to questions. There was 3 questions because they said they don't want to take a lot of questions. They have to move on to other things. One of the questions were to Benjamin Crump. They asked him, can you just highlight what the important things are with the autopsy? Because you said a lot of medical terms, and he highlighted the same things that I highlighted, the head position of the body. Then they asked, what do you want from Mississippi? The answer was, we want a fair investigation. He said if the roles were reversed and it was a white person that was found in the water and 3 black boys were on the boat, we know that those black boys would have been investigated. They would have been arrested. They want Mississippi to keep that same energy. And then somebody in the crowd asked Elmore and Christine if they're getting updates and if they're getting them more often now. And Christine said it has gotten a little bit better after they met with the DA, but she still would like the flow to be a lot better. And she highlighted the fact that, again, a message, she said an hour after Nolan's body was found, the officials said they ruled out any sort of foul play, and that is what set her off.
1 hour.
Benjamin Crump thanked everybody once again, and he ended off by saying, even without the autopsy, even without the keys, even without the phone, even without anything, let's just say Nolan did drown. He wants to highlight the fact that there were 300 to 400 people on that island, meaning that nobody helped Nolan. Somebody saw or somebody knew something. He wants answers, even if it was a drowning. And then it ended off with prayer. This is what we got today. This was very strategic. I applaud Benjamin Crump and his team. I applaud Roger Mitchell, basically saying we could pretty much just rule out that there was no foul play. There has to have been some foul play. There has to be something there if you're keeping his throat. And now this puts pressure back on Mississippi. Very, very strategic. Like I've been saying for the past couple of days, Benjamin Crump is playing chess, not checkers.
I agree, Serene.
Now, I told you earlier about Officer Tatum, Dingbat, and Warren and Nolan's mom moving to open up his estate. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Tatum
Now this one, I'm gonna have Tisa Tills tell you about this, okay? Because she goes a little bit more in depth, okay? Tisa Tills has got the tea. I like, don't get me wrong, I like my boy here. I'm having a brain fart right now. But I like him, but I like Tisa Till. She's more in depth with her explanations. So I'm gonna exit him and I'm gonna go ahead and play Tisa Till's video because she breaks it down. Okay. She is no joke. And beautiful on top of it. Beautiful woman. Beautiful, beautiful woman. Hold on just a second. If this doggone StreamYard don't quit tripping. Okay. I hope this doesn't mess up. Here we go.
Hey guys, new breaking information and what's going on in the Nolan Wells case. And I guarantee you have not seen what the actual play in this is. Okay, what am I talking about, you guys? Nolan Wells' mother has filed to open his estate. If you don't know what that is, we'll talk about in a second. With filing to open that estate, if you read the filing, there's some interesting information. How is that relevant to anything that's going on in the criminal investigation? If you guys don't know, the FBI has gotten involved saying, oh my God, stop bullying those children. Everybody has gotten involved to throw a cloak of protection on those poor, sweet boys that was out there with Nolan, the bestest of friends. However, this changes everything because while they are stonewalling Ben Crump and Nolan's family on the criminal part, I think, my opinion, that the state of Mississippi wants this to go away. With her filing to open Nolan's estate, it looks like they might have a way to conduct their own investigation and get to their own truth. And I'm talking about Ben Crump and Nolan's family. Say what you want about Ben Crump, but he has been doing legal kung fu. And the state of Mississippi and the FBI haven't seen this coming. This new development linked to finally for us to get some justice. Okay, let's get into this. Now let's
Okay. So basically, what she's saying is now, you know, they've been playing it on the down low. They haven't come out publicly and ain't talked to nobody. She's about to pull something she's going to force them out to where they have to legally speak. They have to legally be
Oh,
interviewed, testify.
yeah.
Phones will be examined. The parents' phones will be examined. All of that stuff will be discovery.
Oh,
And
good.
it'll run in conjunction with could possibly be a criminal case. They can use that very information for a
Right.
criminal case. But this seems to be the only way that they're going to be able to get this out in order for it to be resolved because everybody's so hush
It's
hush.
going civil.
Yeah. Here we go.
talk about what opening an estate is, okay? When somebody opens an estate, okay, so when you open an estate, it gives you legal standing to sue. A deceased individual cannot legally file a lawsuit under state laws. A formal estate must be opened in probate court. So a personal representative or administrator, in this case, it often is a parent, but in this case, it actually is Nolan's mama, can be officially appointed. Only this appointed representative has the legal standing to file a wrongful death or survival action on behalf of the estate of statutory beneficiaries. Now, some people are saying, oh my God, it could be anything because you open an estate also when it comes to splitting up assets. But we all know Nolan was a young boy. He did not have any money. He didn't have any assets. He had nothing. On top of that, the mom specifically put in the filing, in the documents I was showing you, that the whole point of this is to open a war chest. However, going to the actual legal documents, the filing specifies on July 20th, 2026, Christine Wells Wansley petitioned to be appointed administrator. Because there is no will, spouse, or children, she is designated as the sole
Yep.
heir. The purpose of the estate, the document specifically states that the estate consists solely of claims for damages tied to the circumstances of Nolan's death, okay? Now, keep in mind, this is an administrative necessity. Keep in mind, when they open this case, and it looks like they are going to open a civil case, a civil wrongful death claim functions entirely separate from criminal charges. It operates with a lower burden of proof, preponderance of evidence, rather than beyond a reasonable doubt. Preponderance of evidence, I believe, means just 51%. More require evidence demonstrating that specific actions or mentions by directly contributed to the tragedy. Now, Crump's magical juju gumbo, whatever you want to
Magical
call it.
juju gumbo. I had to stop right there. That was funny. I love this girl. She is so on top of it. She really comes with the juice. She really does.
Case, Tisa, what does this have to do with the criminal case? Because we want these boys, whoever's involved, I'm assuming it's boys, put behind bars in Nolan's tragic death. And this is why Ben comes forth every page. And this is why, as many people try to copy what he does, he is one of the illest and realest to do it. Because if you guys don't remember, and I'm sure you do, right? Nolan's former friends are refusing to communicate with his parents regarding what happened to him. Refusing to communicate. And by refusing to communicate with the parents, they are, hold on, y'all, my puppy. Okay, I'm back. All right, so hear me out. When they say they are refusing to speak to the parents, what they're saying is they are refusing to speak to the parents in any legal capacity, trying to get them. They all lawyered up. Come with the lawyer we're just going to sit here and mind our business.
Isn't that something?
So Nolan's people that were around
She's
actually
breaking
find out
up pretty
what
bad on
happened to him.
Timothy.
It doesn't matter if they can see
Okay.
past, just need them to say something. Now, I'm not going to go into how I think that
Oh, wow. Can you hear her at all?
No, she stopped completely.
Okay. Here, let me
Maybe try
go.
copying the link into a new browser and then connecting it that way. You know how to do that?
No.
Like if you go to the top where it's got your StreamYard link, the
Yeah.
HTTP www dot. If you click on
Oh no,
that,
that's not up
copy
here for
that.
some reason. That's not
Oh,
up here for no. I'm just using the YouTube video.
right.
I'm just sharing that video.
Right. Take her video, take where she's at, copy the link where she is, and just open up a new browser and copy and paste her in there.
Okay, there's
Or
no link up
I
here.
can share my screen too, Auntie Mickey. Hold on.
Okay, it popped back up on the screen. Let me see if
Okay,
it'll continue to
that might
play.
work.
the reason they are scared to actually say something, to my opinion, they are afraid to say anything to Crump is because they will be able to skillfully take whatever lies they give them and match it to the facts, find inconsistencies, and put it in front of a grand jury. They will be going to court. I think that's why they've completely shut up, because anything they say, that Jackson, they're like, yeah, checkmate, because what you gonna do? Nobody's talking to you. No information is coming forward. I know they did give that reward of 50 or 100,000. Stay with me. I'm going somewhere
Oh,
here.
125,000.
And what this suit actually does. So they're like, all right, checkmate. Nobody talking. Ain't nobody this, nobody that. I said in the video,
You know
I did think that
I'm
when
gonna
the
have to end
FBC
this because it keeps doing this. It keeps doing it. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do a part 2 tomorrow, starting with this
okay.
story. Because something's going on with
TCL.
StreamYard.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. I've been live already for about an hour and 22 minutes. I
That's
really
good.
wanted to get this whole story out, but it
Yeah.
doesn't look like it's cooperating tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the live, you guys. I'm sorry. Technical difficulties beyond my control. And I'll pick it up tomorrow. Okay.
Well, thanks for sharing,
You
the
down for that?
autopsy information and keeping us
Anytime.
up to
Anytime.
date
And
with,
again,
keeping us up to
okay.
date with what's going on,
Well,
Auntie
thank
Mickey.
you.
It's starting to get, it's always been serious, but my point is
Yeah.
that we're starting to really see the foul play in this. The
Yeah,
foul
it's
play,
really foul.
Mississippi
It's
withholding
real
body parts.
foul.
I've never heard of
Yeah.
that before.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. F.L. Coleman says, never considering this could have been an accident. These are the same people who believe K.A. is not guilty. Who's K.A.?
Yeah, who's K.A.?
I'm not sure who K.A. is. Who's K.A., love? I'm not sure who K.A. is. But thank you for your input. All right, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and end the live, you guys, and I will come back tomorrow with a part 2. With all that said, thank you for coming tonight, and God bless you. Good night. Good night, Lady Letitia.
Good night, Auntie Mickey. Bye, chat.
Bye-bye, you guys.
Hey there, my kinfolk, thanks for stopping by. Auntie Mickey's house, where we reach for the sky. Every comment and smile, you make my heart glow. Together we're strong, together we grow. From gossip to politics, we cover it all. Sharing laughs and thoughts, having a ball. Your support means everything that I know. Feels like family here in this sweet show. So let's keep it flowing, keep the love alive. Every moment together makes me thrive. You're more than viewers, you're my kinfolk. You see, my gratitude runs deep as the sea. Thank you for being here, for sharing your time with each comment, with each rhyme. You're my kinfolk, my family, my crew. So much love to all of you. Turn up the camera, let's make it bright. Your support lifts me up, takes flight.